Hare Krishna. For those who have joined online, the usual connectivity issues, but we'll be through with it quickly, I hope. Hare Krishna. So, welcome to all the devotees who have joined today here, and also to those who are online. Uh, Today, in the morning in Shishirada Gopinath Temple, we had a beautiful dance performance actually, where some devotees they did a small not a drama, it was a dance performance only, but that dance performance was based on the Ramayana. Okay, so it was so beautifully and so gracefully done that somehow I felt inspired. Aaj let us talk Ram Katha. We don't need excuse to talk Ram Katha. Actually, it is very beautiful. Everyone loves to hear, and everyone loves to speak also. Whereas speaking also it is a pleasure, and for those who are listening also it is a pleasure. So therefore, today I thought rather than continuing Bhagavatam, today let us and Ram. Ram Navami went some time back. Hanuman Jayanti went few days back. So I thought I'll speak a little bit Ram Katha. I don't know how much I will be able to finish, but shuru kar dete hain. Let's see what what we are able to complete today, and then we'll see how it goes. So I'm starting this Ram Katha from the point where already Lord Ram has got married. He has come back to Ayodhya. वो सब विश्वामित्र episode वो सब हो गया. And what happens is Dasharath Maharaj, he's already very old, right? When he has Lord Ram as a son, he's already very old. He's the ruler of the earth, but he's already very, very old. And he sees the qualities of Ram, that such a wonderful person who truly loves the subjects in the kingdom, treats them with utter respect, is very sweet to talk to. He doesn't take any decision without consulting, the authorities. So he's like just respect material, to take over from me. So उनके मन में ये इच्छा आती है, he gets this desire that why not he also starts seeing some inauspicious signs, in the constellations and everything. So he starts getting a little worried that maybe something is going to happen, and better that I quickly anoint him as my successor, because if something happens to me and no successor is anointed, then there could be a problem. So he feels that let me use this opportunity to anoint Ram as my successor, as the next king. So, and in the meantime, he has already been involving Ram and Lakshman in small decisions, in the kingdom, in the court, whenever some decisions are there, he is observing that how they handle these situations with so much maturity, with so much love for the citizens, with so much sense of justice and fairness. Absolutely, Lord Ram is like a symbol of perfection. The description that is given, I have actually put that description here, that is given in Ramayana about Lord Ram's qualities. Only one paragraph I have picked, but if you pick just this one paragraph and we see it, we understand what a perfect person. Of course, Lord Ram is the supreme Lord himself, but he comes in the role of a human being simply to demonstrate to us, to show us this is the gold standard. अपने आप को कुछ बड़ा तो समझते हो, if you think you are something great, I am so great devotee, I am so great this, I am great that. If you feel like that, immediately when we see the qualities of Lord Ram, we understand बोलते ना हम अपने औकात पे आ जाते हैं, we understand where we are, where we stand. So Dasharath, he decides that let's make Lord Ram the Prince Regent, and he starts consulting with his ministers. He asks few of his very close ministers that what do you think? Oh, yes, very good idea, very good idea. So here there's a description that is given about Lord Ram's qualities. As I said, I'll just quickly take you all through it. Uh, yeah. So it is said Ram was especially dear to the king and to the people. Okay, so this is the first thing that is said. So from each line, we can draw some lessons that what is the ideal qualities of a king, of a leader. See, we are all leaders in some capacity, most of us, right? We may be having our family, then we are leaders of family. We may be having a job somewhere where two people report to us, still we are leader. We may be just housewife. I'm just housewife where I'm leader, but then you have servants working for you. So everywhere we have opportunity to show these leadership qualities. So Ram was especially dear to the king and the people. So this is very important. If you see today's political situation all over the world, people who get elected to positions of power, actually nobody likes them. It is, of course, here in our country now, because of Mr. Modi, there is a wave, ki sab log, "Oh," everyone's become very crazy about Modi. But before this, if you see, there was no, it was just that सबसे मतलब of all the lousy options that are there in front of us, चलो ये ठीक लगता है, चलो इसको elect कर दो. It was like that. It was never that ये तो कितना अच्छा है. No one likes their leaders all over the world, practically, right? Very few leaders all over the world were truly loved. Okay, so Ram was like that. He was always tranquil and soft spoken. Tranquil means what? He was peaceful. Lord Ram was always very peaceful. He was always, his face was always, very calm and always very nice to see. It's always nice to see, when you see people, if if you want to take shelter of somebody, for example, आपको किसी का शरण लेना है और आप उनके चेहरे पे 12 बजे हुए देखते हो, you see looking very tense and worried, and then you can't take shelter of such a person, right? Agitated, angry, do this, you can't take shelter. You feel afraid to take. ये तो मेरे को भी तोड़ मरोड़ के जला के राख कर देगा. But no, Lord Ram was always tranquil and soft spoken. He did not use harsh words. He would not even retort when someone spoke harshly to him. So if at all the subjects of Ayodhya loved Ram so much, there was so much love for him. There was no question of anyone saying anything to him. But if at all someone spoke harsh words, now you imagine in today's day and age, people who have no power, no position, no qualities, no aukat, nothing. Still, how much ego we have? Someone says something to me, oh, don't know who I am. तू जानता नहीं मैं कौन हूँ? हाँ? Don't know who I am. पहुंच कहाँ तक है? तो I'll do this to you, I'll do that. So how much ego we have? The moment someone says anything to us, immediately we get agitated. But no, Lord Ram would not retort even if someone spoke harshly. He recognized the smallest of services rendered. So ऐसा नहीं है कि because he is Lord Ram and he is God and he is the king's eldest son, so therefore he will कोई कुछ करता है तो ठीक है ना, कौन सी बड़ी बात है, anyone will do it, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so he would not, Amaku, please sit down. Thank you. So he would not, he would not forget. This is the beauty of great people, that if anyone does anything for them, they never forget it. They remember it. It is said about the Lord that the Lord gives, gives, and gives, and then forgives. And we get, and then forget. We forget. Anyone gives anything to us, does anything special for us, we don't remember. Ah, ठीक है ना, I deserved it. Amok Prabhu. Okay, afterwards we'll give you. Okay, no issues. Afterwards we'll give you. You'll say peacefully. Afterwards we'll give you. Okay, Just please. I'll tell you. Hare Krishna. So, where was I? So he recognized the smallest of service. The Lord, if anyone did anything for him, he would always remember, he would recognize. And he did not take to heart any wrongs done against him. So if someone said or did something wrong to him, he would not, take note of that. Like हम लोग कैसे किसी ने कुछ बुरा बोला, बुरा किया, हम लोग जिंदगी भर याद रखते हैं. We don't forget. I say I may forgive, but I will never forget. So that is how we are, unfortunately. This is how vindictive we are as human beings. But Lord Ram was not like that. He would not, he had conquered anger and was full of compassion. See, these are the qualities of a leader. A leader very easily gets angry in today's day and age. Someone doesn't do properly, someone doesn't follow. I give you proper instructions. Immediately आवाज बढ़ जाता है, तेवर बढ़ जाते हैं. But no, he had conquered and was full of compassion. Making all arrangements to protect the people, he surrounded himself with making all arrangements to protect the people. Now, this is one very important thing. Kshatriya means what? Kshati trayate iti Kshatriya. So one who protects from kshati or harm, that is Kshatriya. So the primary purpose of a Kshatriya was to protect the citizens from harm, to protect them. If the leaders of the nation are not doing everything they can to protect citizens, then what they are doing? In fact, leaders of the nation are in fact harming the citizens. Ye ulta, we say we are moving towards Ram Rajya, or at least election ke time log bolte hai Ram Rajya वगैरह, but in reality it is very different, right? But the Lord was like that. And he surrounded himself with intelligent advisors and never made a decision without due consultation. That's again interesting point of leadership that the Lord showed. He did not surround himself with yes men. What was the role? What was the situation of Ravan? Exact opposite. Ravan was surrounded by yes men. Ravan, when he brings the decision before his courtier, that this Hanuman comes and he burns Lanka down and everything. The courtiers, instead of telling him कि देखो ये एक बंदर आया इतना तहस नहस करके चला गया, तो अभी हम लोग को थोड़ा, I think it makes sense. Why don't you just make peace with Lord Ram and move? No, they are telling him, क्या है ये बंदर? इस बंदर को और उसके बंदर की सेना को और वो राम को मैं अकेला मार सकता हूँ. दूसरा बोलता है कि मैं तो एक दिन में इनको खत्म कर सकता हूँ. तीसरा बोलता है मैं एक घंटे में कर. So they start boasting and completely misleading, right? But no, here there were intelligent advisors, okay, and the Lord didn't make decisions without consultation. So this is evidenced where we see when Vibhishan and all came when Vibhishan was thrown out of the kingdom by Ravan. So he came and took shelter of Lord Ram. So that time Lord Ram, he didn't unilaterally just accept him. He could have. उनको कौन ना बोलेगा? He could have, but he said, let me ask. He asked all the assembled monkey soldiers. He asked them, what do you think? Sugriva, what do you think? Jambat, what do you think? Angad, what do you think? Hanuman, what do you think? Most of them were saying, no, I don't think you should. Only Hanuman said, no, I have seen him. When I was flying through Lanka, I saw this is the only person who's actually a pure devotee. And if he has come to take shelter, I think someone comes to take shelter of you, you should. I leave it to you. If Hanuman is also like that, he's also taking role of Dasya Bhav. Das doesn't give orders to the master. Hey, Prabhu ji, आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. प्रभु जी भी बोलते हैं, direction भी देता है, ऐसा नहीं होता है. So Hanuman very humbly placed at the feet of Lord Ram that I believe that we should take this person. Then Lord Ram, he says, yes, we should accept. So this is how, without due consultation, he would not take any major decisions. Despite his power and ability, he remained humble, mild, and self-controlled. Lord Ram had all great power, right? I mean, we know that when Sugriva approached him that can you protect me from Vali? So Lord Ram said, yes, I can do it. तो सुग्रीवा ने बोला कि ये वाली कोई खाने वाली चीज नहीं है. To understand how powerful he is, can you give me quick demonstration of your power? Lord Ram says, okay, if you want, I'll do that. He takes an arrow and he shoots it. It cuts through 7 trees, big tall trees or something. 7 tall trees in a row. It cuts through, and then comes back into his quiver. And then he asked Sugriv, Hare Krishna, is it okay? Are you satisfied? Oh, yes, of course I am. Right? So he was having tremendous power, but always remained humble, mild, and self-controlled. See, this is how much to learn, no? That the moment we get little bit of power, little bit of ability, little bit, immediately हमको ना ऐसा get as I say chip on the shoulder. Immediately हमको लगता है कि तो हो ग्रेट, अभी मैं बोल नहीं सकता, वैष्णव के बीच में बोल नहीं सकता, लेकिन उनको तो समझ ही गया होगा अब तक कि मैं कितना ग्रेट. We become so proud. Immediately we start thinking we are great, But the Lord was never like that. Always humble, mild, self-controlled. He was not influenced by envy or hatred. So even if someone was envious of him or hated him, he was not affected by it. He was very controlled, self-controlled. Yeah. So he was very self-controlled, and he was never looking at anyone from that perspective, that in envious or hatred. He did not engage in frivolous talks. Frivolous talks मतलब क्या? Time pass. इधर उधर का time pass नहीं. He was very always sought the good in others. This is another beautiful quality that the Lord always looked for the good in others. We say, Krishna Bhavagrahi Janardana. Right? This is the quality of the Supreme Lord, that even if we are full of faults, we are full of faults. Even बोलने का जरूरत नहीं है. Though we are full of faults, मतलब ऐसा overflow, it's oozing out of us. Our faults are simply oozing out of us. Still, if one small good quality is there, the Lord recognizes that one small good quality and He amplifies it. This is the Lord. This is how kind He is, right? Always sought the good. Free from sloth, He was ever vigilant to carry out His duty. So this is the qualities of Ram as a young man. He was already perfect. In every respect, he was perfect. So when Dasharath, he decided to, when he consulted his ministers that, मैं ऐसा सोच रहा हूँ, I'm thinking, and he has been the king for a very long time. When he thinks and he just kind of suggests, there's a big uproar. Very happy. This is the best decision in all your entire career as a king. इससे अच्छा decision आपने कभी लिया ही नहीं. What a wonderful decision. Jai. I'm very happy. दशरथ for a moment ना वो थोड़ा डिप्रेशन में चला जाता है. इतना साल मैंने जो राज्य किया है, मैं राज्य छोड़ रहा हूँ करके ये लोग इतने खुश हो रहे हैं. They're so happy. So he says that he kind of expresses, that was I really that bad? So the subjects say, say this, if you don't get angry, we will tell you. So he says, yes, you tell. See, it's not that we have anything against you. You have been very good king. No doubt. We are very happy that Lord Ram is going to be king. That is the day we were all waiting for. हम लोग इसी दिन के इंतजार में खड़े हैं यहाँ पे. Thank you. What a beautiful decision, right? So everyone is very happy. Now what happens is quickly the word starts spreading around, and like ऐसी बात दबाए दबती नहीं है ना. It starts spreading. So people in Ayodhya start whispering little bit, कि ऐसा कुछ सुनने में आया, ऐसा कुछ सुनने में आया. So Manthara. Yeah. So Manthara, she's walking on the road. She's the maid servant of Kaikeyi. She's walking on the road and she hears some people talking about this, "Hey, good news सुना कि Ram is going to be the next king. कल ही इनका, राज तिलक होने वाला है." And the news starts spreading. Tara is immediately very agitated. So she runs to Kaikeyi, who is her mistress. She runs to Kaikeyi and immediately she goes and tells Kaikeyi, "Suna kya? Kya hua? Have you heard? All, ruin has been brought upon us. We are finished. हम तो खत्म हो गए." So Kaikeyi is actually, उनको आदत है कि ये मंथरा always ऐसा ही कुछ पूरा वाला न्यूज़ लेके आती है, कुछ तो कंप्लेन कर, so she smiles at her. हाँ बोलो भाई, क्या है ये बार, क्या खबर है? So she says that the king, has planned. So at that time, Kaikeyi's son Bharat and Shatrughna, Sumatra's other son, other than Lakshman, both of them have gone to Kaikeya, which is the, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, ननिहाल बोलते हैं, क्या बोलते हैं? हाँ, ननिहाल बोलते हैं. So Kaikeyi's father's place, their uncle's place, they have gone there, which is quite far away from Ayodhya, like 6-7 days away. वहां पे गए हुए हैं. And Dasharath, seeing the evil omens and the approval from the ministers, he decides, only mistake he does, he doesn't inform. He should have informed the king of Kaikeya that please send my sons back, I'm planning to do this. But he in his ecstasy he forgets. He's so happy कि यार चलो सब में हाँ बोलते अभी तुरंत कर दो. And he's already seeing bad omens, so he feels कि यार ये अभी फटाफट खत्म करो, पता नहीं क्या आएगा आगे. So he decides कल ही करेंगे, tomorrow itself we will do it. So Manthara goes to Kaikeyi and tells her कि आपको मालूम है क्या है, your king, your husband has cheated you. He's making Lord Ram, not Lord. She's making Ram the next king, and Bharat will not be the king. So Kaikeyi is so happy because she was not envious. She was so happy that she immediately removes, her precious diamond, encrusted in gold necklace, and she gives it to Manthara. Take this. इतना अच्छा न्यूज़ मैंने बहुत टाइम से नहीं सुना था. वेरी नाइस. फाइनली हम लोग सबका चहीता लॉर्ड राम विल बी द किंग. टेक दिस. Manthara takes it and throws it away. Full drama. She takes it and throws it away. नहीं चाहिए मुझे ये. Don't you realize, you fool, what has happened? This is a षड्यंत्र. This is a plan. Because you are, Kaushalya has finally, prevailed upon the king that her son Ram will be the next king and your son will not be the king. So, Kaikeyi को कुछ चमक नहीं रहा है. क्या, हाँ तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसमें? अच्छी तो बात है. Ram is he's the eldest and he's the most qualified. He loves me. I love him more than my own son. What you are talking? What's your problem? मंथरा उसको बहुत कुछ समझाने को ट्राई करती है. See, if Ram becomes the king, then Bharat becomes his enemy. Bharat को वो he may kill him, he may try to exile him, he may try to kill him, he may try to do anything. मतलब वो हिंदी में बोला बस क्या, मतलब क्या बात कर रहे हैं, ऐसा थोड़ी हो सकता है. Impossible. She said that Ram loves Bharat more than he loves anyone else. ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता. It's not possible. So whatever argument Manthara is throwing at her, every argument Kaikeyi says, no, not possible, not possible. ये तो हो ही नहीं. नहीं. So finally Manthara throws the ikka, the ace card. She tells her that, see, today you are the favorite according to you. You are the favorite of Maharaj Dasharath. And this was the fact. Because she was the youngest queen and she was the most beautiful, she was the favorite of Dasharath. And she had saved his life also. So she was the favorite by far. According to you, you are a favorite of Maharaj Dasharath. But in reality, see, he has announced that Kaushalya's son will be the king. आपको तो पता भी नहीं है. He has not even told you. You are favorite and you don't know. And he has announced it at a time when yours, when your son is away. Now, आपका लाइन कैसे आगे बढ़ेगा? If Ram kills Bharat, आपका तो लाइन खत्म हो गया वहीं पे. And plus, most important, Kaushalya will be now called Rajmata. And aapka position, anyone who is Rajmata is the principal queen. And everyone else becomes servant of that queen. You will become servant of Kaushalya. ये चलेगा? उसको जाके, because see, when nothing else works, no, envy works very well. Make a person envious. She became envious. So this is how she poisons her mind till the point Kaikeyi is convinced ki, yes, I must do something. So Manthara reminds her ki you had taken a boon from your husband when you had saved his life during this battle. You had saved his life, and he was so grateful that he gave you a boon. He gave you two boons. He said, "Take two boons." So you had said, "I don't want the boon now. I'm happy I saved you. That is enough for me. I'll take it some other time when I need it." Right? So she says, "Now is the time. Abhi ye boon lo aap." So she says, "Okay." So Manthara poisoning Kaikeyi's mind. Kaikeyi was actually a devotee of Ram. She was actually a devotee. She had pure intentions about Ram. She loved Ram as much as she loved Bharat, if not more. Because Ram was also like that. He loved Mother Kaikeyi as much as he gave love to his own mother Kaushalya. There was no discrimination, nothing. He was very, very loving, very respectful towards Kaikeyi also. So उनके माइंड में ऐसा कोई विचार भी नहीं आया था. Never she thought. Right? Even when Manthara gave us the news, what happened? Her spontaneous reaction was, "Take this Anmol Ratan, take it. So happy, you're giving me good news." That was the reaction. But कितना about turn हो गया उसका? क्यों? Bad association. Very powerful lesson. We become what we associate with. If we are not careful whom we associate with, we will lose our bhakti. ऐसे नहीं कि हमारे पास भक्ति का भंडार पड़ा हुआ है. We are all struggling साधकास. थोड़ा थोड़ा एक एक तिनके पे अपना भक्ति खड़ा है. एक यहाँ पे एक मैच स्टिक है, यहाँ पे एक तिनका है, उसके ऊपर हम लोग खड़े हैं, वो भी डुक 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 हिल रहे. वो हमारा भक्ति का सिचुएशन है. एंड उसमें अगर we associate with envious people, with people who are extremely materialistic, who have no attraction for bhakti, Lord, nothing else, bakwas, we associate too much with such people, it destroys our bhakti. Be careful whom you associate with, right? This is a very important lesson. So though Kaikeyi was kind, gentle and wise by her nature, she lost her good sense simply because of the influence of her envious maid. Maid servant destroyed her. So it's a very powerful lesson. ऐसा नहीं कि कैकेयी का कोई बहन या कोई her servant. Servant को कौन इतना importance देता है, right? Of course, it is described in the Ramayana that this was happening by the higher powers. The demigods wanted this to happen because otherwise everything was going very smoothly. If King Ram becomes the king, he will be in Ayodhya. Ravan का कौन देखेगा? So the demigods wanted, so they also created this situation. But we have to be careful whom we associate with. Do not listen to unnecessary talks. जो कोई कभी कभी आपका सर्वेंट आके बोले, मालूम है क्या बाजू के घर में क्या हुआ, इसका क्या हुआ, उसका क्या हुआ, वो पंचायत बोलते हैं ना, इधर उधर का कहानी. We should avoid. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sometimes among Vaishnavas also there is this tendency to gossip. Among devotees, it is the worst thing that devotees can do, gossip about each other. अरे वो प्रभु जी का मनु में क्या क्या हुआ, माता जी का पता है क्या क्या, खाली डिवोटी बनती है, कोई है नहीं, कोई दम नहीं है, ये सब ना. Moment someone says, so it is described, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, moment someone says anything like this, There are only two responses. When someone blasphemes a devotee, someone says something negative about a devotee, there are only two responses as per Shastra. Anyone knows what are the two responses? One, not ignore. One, take a knife and chop off that person's tongue, basically kill him. Okay, that's one response. Second, if you can't do that, go and commit suicide. Go kill yourself because you heard this, because you heard blasphemy of a Vaishnava. It is so powerful. This Vaishnava aprad is so powerful. It can destroy Bhakti Lata beach. Bhakti Lata. Bhakti Lata means what? Creeper. Bhakti Lata. It's like a creeper. Speaking of which, I don't see Lata Mata. So Lata wala to yaad hai, Lata Mata ji nahi. So Bhakti Lata is like a creeper. Creeper is very gentle and tender. It is not can't stand on its own. It needs support. But offense towards Vaishnavas is called mad elephant offense. So if you have a small garden, in that garden you put all nice creepers, you put some twig, all that creepers are there, and there you let loose a mad elephant. वो मैड एलिफेंट क्या करने वाला है? He not carefully sidestep all the creepers. प्यार से वो सबको दबोच के तोड़ते मरोड़ते अप्रूट करके जाएगा, because he is mad elephant. So imagine your Bhakti Lata, gentle creeper, which is just started coming out, just a few pin थोड़ा उसका सब green shoots दिखने लगा है, और तब आप offense करते हो, तो हाथी को न्योता दे रहे हो, please come destroy my Bhakti Lata. Be very careful whom we associate with. So then, Kaikeyi goes into her Kop Bhavan. Kop Bhavan मानो ना सबको? यहाँ पे भी है, हमारे घर में, सबके घर में होता है कोप भवन. कोप भवन अलग रूम नहीं है, वो एक स्टेट ऑफ माइंड है वो कोप भवन. Face becomes very stiff. So she went into Kop Bhavan, and Dasharath, after making all arrangements, सब set कर दिया, कल सुबह अपना Ram is going to be coronated. सब तैयारी, everything is ready. At that time, after the day is over, whom does he go to? He goes to Kaikeyi. वो भी गलती है. He always goes to Kaikeyi only because she is his favorite queen. So he goes to Kaikeyi to tell her कि Kaikeyi सुना कि नहीं कल क्या होने वाला है. So he goes and he says, अरे Kaikeyi रूम में नहीं दिख रही, किधर है? So उसकी सर्वेंट बोलती है, कोप भवन में जरा संभालना, मतलब इस तरह का. So then he goes and he sees she is lying on the floor. ऐसे बच्चे लोग आजकल होते हैं ना जो टैंट्रम फेंकते हैं, ऐसे जमीन पे लेट जाते हैं, tantrums like that. So she also was lying on the floor. Her hair was all disheveled. Her face was angry and stiff. And when Dasharath comes inside, he looks at her and he immediately starts asking her कि अरे क्या हो गया मेरी डियर क्वीन को, क्या हो गया, किसने क्या बोल दिया, चलो बोलो क्या करना है तुमको खुश करने के लिए, आप जो बोलो मैं करने को तैयार हूँ. I'll do anything. See, this is what how we get drawn into this, वो crocodile के मुंह में ऐसा हाथ डाल रहे वैसा. So he is giving her promise after promise. क्या हो गया, किसी ने कुछ बुरा बोल दिया, चलो उसको मैं किंगडम से बाहर निकाल देता हूँ. इसने कुछ, what you tell me what you want, I will do whatever you say. 3-4 बार he makes promises to us that whatever you want I will give you. I want to see your smile again. देखो खुश देखना है. So sometimes when we make promises, we have to be careful what we promise. You never know where you will land up. पहले सोचो फिर promise करो. So he didn't think. So then she tells him that you remember, okay, so you are promising me you will give me what I want. He said yes. बोलने की बात है, मांगो यार, क्या चाहिए. आज मैं बहुत अच्छे मूड में हूँ. Ram is going to be coronated tomorrow, and मतलब तुम जो भी मांगे सब दे दूंगा, whatever you ask. And she says, you remember when I saved you in the battle, you had promised me 2 boons. He said, yes, of course, I remember. He said, I want those 2 boons now. By all means, क्या चाहिए मांगो, क्या चाहिए. Then she says, there are 2 things. One, instead of Ram, my son Bharat will be made the king. And second, Ram will be exiled to the forest for 14 years, Vanvas. When Dasharath hears this, he's devastated. मतलब वो पूरी तरह, you imagine, no, someone is at the very peak of happiness, and then someone comes and तिनका लगाया या तो पोक किया, balloon burst हो गया, he was, for a moment he thought, it's described in Ramayana, for a moment उन्हें ऐसा लगा कि ये कुछ तो बुरा ड्रीम है. कभी कभी लगता है ना हम लोगों को कि नहीं नहीं ये सब तो हो ही नहीं सकता, this is a dream, this has to be a dream, right? I'm hallucinating. He sees, then he he's thinking like that, and he sees her face and he says नहीं, she is actually looking angry, actually ये हुआ है. He falls unconscious. So many times he beseeches her, he begs her, he tells her this, that. He उसको कोसता है. He says, "You woman, you have come here just to destroy my entire family. You have come to ruin our entire, this dynasty. You will be the cause of ruination." He says that if what you're saying happens, I will die immediately. I cannot live without Lord Ram for one day. What you're talking, it is not possible. बहुत उसको कन्विंस करने को ट्राई करता है. He tries to convince, he tells her that, see, okay, 1 minute, okay. You want Bharat to be king? Done. Tomorrow, instead of Ram, we'll put Bharat as the king. But Ram को क्यों आपको वनवास भेजना है? Why you want? नहीं, Ram we cannot send to her. She is very stubborn. वो नहीं छोड़ती, नहीं. दोनों चाहिए मतलब दो. After some time, he realizes she's not going to change her position. So he starts complaining, he starts begging, he starts crying, he tries वो साम दान दंड भेद सब कुछ try करते हैं. She is not willing to budge, and finally, she realizes that अब कुछ हो नहीं सकता. Whole night he's begging, crying, falling unconscious, getting up again. But she is adamant. No, Ram has to go. Because her condition is that if Bharat is here as the king and Ram is also there, Praja will never accept him. If Ram is here, they will never accept him. And then Ram, agar Praja unke saath hai, to he can still have a coup and he can kill Bharat or displace him. जैसा अपना महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट में हुआ है. You never know. निकालो यहाँ से, पिक्चर में ही नहीं रहेगा राम. So she was very clear. It's not just about making Bharat the king. That Ram has to be removed from the scene. हटाओ उनको. So imagine someone who loves you so much, how much the mind gets poisoned by bad association. How much? Full 180-degree turn, right? So finally he realizes that kuch nahi hoga. So he whole night is gone, and morning his minister and charioteer both Sumantra, he comes to fetch the king. The king is in Kaikeyi's chambers. He comes to fetch the king, that my lord, you can now bring Lord Ram, unko jaga ke aap leke aao, you welcome him and bring him for the coronation. Aap sab karo. So when he sees the state in which Dasharath is, he also says, oh, kuch to ho gaya hai yahan pe, something has happened. So Dasharath tells him, you just call Ram here. He's not able to talk also, he just call Ram. So Mantra understands kuch to problem hua hai. He knows by seeing the body language of Kaikeyi and Dasharath, he knows that unke beech mein kuch hua hai. So he goes, he calls Ram, he says that you please come alone. And Ram is speaking to Sita. At that time, Ram is telling Sita that Aaj I'm going to be coronated. So Sita gives lot of, she prays for him. She does all aarti varti ki sab, nicely you go. So Ram goes, and when he goes and meets, he meets Kaikeyi and Dasharath. When he sees them, Ram, just the sight, immediately he realizes something is wrong. He realized that Kaikeyi and Dasharath ka kuch to disagreement hua hai. So he starts asking that my father, what has upset you? Why are you so upset? Yesterday you were so happy. Why are you looking so unhappy? Have I committed a mistake? I must have done something. I must have said something. Have I said something? He asked many questions. Dasharath is too to answer also. He just keeps saying Ram, Ram. He's just in so much pain. So he asked that, did Mother Kaikeyi say something harsh to you? That's why you're, it's okay. What है ये सब क्या है इसमें? He's like, he asked so many things. And then Kaikeyi finally, in a very hard tone, she says that he will not be able to answer your questions. I will tell you what the mamla is. Mamla क्या है? मैं बताती. So then she tells him that your father has made a promise. He's made a promise to me, and he is not in a position to fulfill it because of you. Because of you, he can't fulfill this promise. So when Ram hears this, he says, ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता है. This is not possible. It is not possible that my father has made a promise and he is unable to keep it. ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता, right? So he says, tell me what it is. I fulfill it. कोई problem नहीं है. He says that he said at my father's command. Okay, if my father tells me at this very moment, right? At this very moment, I'll happily jump into a blazing fire. अग्नि में मुझे कूदने बोलो मैं कूद जाऊंगा. Ask me to swallow a deadly poison, I will do it. I will jump into the depths of the ocean. Whatever. Therefore, dear mother, don't hesitate. You tell me what is in your mind. बिल्कुल भी चिंता मत करो. वो जो भी बोले मैं सब करने को तैयार. I am willing to kill myself also for my father. कोई टेंशन नहीं, आप बताओ. Right? And then she tells him. Kaikeyi tells him that see, the two boons that I have asked from your father, the first boon is that Bharat and not you will be the king. And second, she says that you have to go to the forest for 14 years, 1 month. Live like a ascetic in the forest. You cannot be in the city. So when Ram hears this, in the Ramanand Sagar Ramayana, they have depicted very beautifully this thing. Ram looks at her and he says, "Bas, इतनी सी बात, इतने छोटे चीज के लिए इतना पतंगड़ बना दिया क्या? What's the big deal in this?" He says that mother, surely you don't see any good qualities in me. मुझ में आपको आपको मुझ में कोई अच्छे गुण दिखते ही नहीं है लगता है कि you felt the need to ask my father for this. You could have asked me directly. मेरे पिताजी से इतना बोन लेके क्या जरूरत? You just tell me. Instead of you, Bharat will be the king and you go to the forest. I would have just gone. मेरे पिताजी को इतना तकलीफ देने का क्या जरूरत? Just see the renunciation, right? The Lord, we say, he has unlimited beauty, fame, wealth, knowledge, strength and renunciation. This renunciation of the Lord is unlimited. Like it is unlimited. Ram was unlimitedly beautiful, unlimitedly powerful. He is also unlimitedly renounced. He is not upset that he has to go. He said, "Mother, ये आपने उनको मुझे directly क्यों नहीं बोला? मुझे directly बोल देते." Right? And this is the beauty of Ramayana, where this emotion, God is not at all affected that he is being asked to leave what is rightfully his. Let him take, like that. He says, ordered only by you, O Mother Kaikeyi. He said, not my father. सिर्फ आपने अगर बताया, he says, I would joyfully part with in favor of Bharat, not only the kingdom. Kingdom तो छोटी बात है. I would part with all my personal property. If you told me I would leave my wedded wife Sita, even my own beloved self, I would even give up my body if you told me. Right? How much more gladly I would part with these things when ordered by my father, the emperor himself. My father is telling me, तो फिर और भी ज्यादा खुशी से मतलब आप बताएंगे तो मैं छूटने को तैयार. ये किंगडम तो छोटी बात है. मैं तो अपना सब पोजेशंस, अपनी वाइफ और अपना सब कुछ छोड़ने को तैयार. घर में पिताजी ने बोला तो और खुशी से. So she says, you please reassure my father, for seeing him sitting there shedding tears, it creates great pain for me. मुझे ये नहीं देखना चाहता. Father is crying so much, so that he should feel assured that I will immediately enact जो उन्होंने बोला है, जो उनका desire है, मुझे ये 2 boons fulfill करने हैं, तुरंत करूँगा, कोई problem नहीं. He says, without questioning my father's command, I shall immediately proceed to the forest. Immediately. So this is Lord Ram's, so then after this, Sita, he immediately leaves the room because he realizes if he stays there, Dasharath will again start. Dasharath has already started telling him, कि Ram, you rebel, no? मैं तुमको बता रहा हूँ, you rebel against me. If you rebel, the whole kingdom will support you. कोई problem नहीं, you rebel and you take the kingdom. आजकल यही होता है ना. That, I mean, for last 500 years history, what we have seen, the Mughal kings also, the son would kill the father and take the kingdom. Because the father is not dying only. So चलो मैं ही उसको मार के मेरा kingdom ले लेता हूँ. Like that it was. They would kill all their brothers. Aurangzeb killed so many of his brothers. He imprisoned his father so that he could become the king. Not cruelty, but here it's just not like that. So he says, you can rebel against me. I am sanctioning it. You can't hear. He says, no, my lord. He says that, Baba, see, I am saying it. It is my problem that I have promised. You have not, you're not bound by that. Let the man go, Bola, even if I have told you, doesn't mean you have to follow it. Na? You have to follow. He says, no. If you have said it, I have to follow it. So His Grace Govind Prabhu makes a very beautiful point here. Thank you. Makes a very beautiful point here. What is the difference between Dasharath and Vasudeva? Vasudeva is the father of Krishna and Dasharath was the father of Lord Rama. What is the difference between the two? Right? Dasharath had given a promise that these 2 boons I will fulfill. Okay? And Vasudeva had also given a promise that I will bring every one of my sons and I will give to you Ramsa. दोनों ने promise किए. लेकिन and Vasudeva fulfills also all the promise. पहले 6 को तो लाके देता है वो. 7th तो ऐसे ही for Balram ji just vanishes. And the 8th one he didn't say that मैंने तो now after as soon as the Lord appears he comes in 400 form, then Devaki says no, don't come in this form, you please come as a child. So he becomes a child again, comes in the form of beautiful Krishna, and Krishna instructs Vasudeva and Devaki that you take me to Gokul, where Nanda Maharaj's wife has just given birth to a daughter, put me there and bring the daughter over here. So he instructs. So Vasudeva said no, I have promised. मैंने तो हमजा को प्रॉमिस नहीं, मैं तो नहीं ये फॉलो, मेरा नाम खराब हो जाएगा. He was not bothered, right? Dasharath, बोले ना, रघुकुल रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. He held on to his vachan. He could have also told Kaikeyi, get lost, don't care. लेकिन रघुकुल, अरे छोड़ो रघुकुल रीत, क्या करना है रीत का, भगवान राम को कौन फॉरेस्ट में. He could have said that. हाँ ठीक है, तुम्हारा नाम कहाँ होने दो खराब, चलेगा, I don't care. मैं राम से I don't want to be separated. He could have said. He didn't. He was more attached to his प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. Whereas Vasudeva cared to hoots for प्राण जाए वचन न जाए, because for me the Lord's instruction is more important. So that's why Vasudeva is more exalted than even Dasharath, right? Like that. So he immediately leaves. Ram leaves and Dasharath is, devastated. And how much time do I have? कितना टाइम था? 30 minutes. बड़े उदार है सब लोग आज. राम कथा है तो सब लोग उदार हो गए. So when I'll try and finish. The remaining part maybe we can take next time. If people are still interested, we continue Ramayana. Okay. So after this happens, first, he goes and informs Kaushalya. He goes and tells Kaushalya, he first goes and tells Sita. First informs Sita. He tells Sita, no, he goes to Kaushalya, sorry, my bad. So he goes to Kaushalya and he informs her कि देखो ऐसा ऐसा the moment he walks into the room, Kaushalya welcomes him. अरे मेरा लाडला, I have not slept whole night. So the whole night I have been chanting prayers for you, doing yagya, this, that. And she's looking very emaciated and thin because she's been fasting, for her son. I'm so happy to see him. I'm so happy. So, she says that, see, this is the throne. यहाँ पे ये देखो bejeweled throne है. तुम यहाँ बैठोगे अभी. बैठो इधर. So he just respectfully touches the throne. He doesn't even sit on that throne. Because now he is already accepted. I am Vanvasi. He doesn't want to sit on a bejeweled throne. He touches it with respect. He says, sits at her feet. And he tells her what has happened. She's devastated. She says, Hare, ये कैसे, how is this possible? First, she also doesn't believe that it's possible. कैसे हो सकता है? It's not possible. And then when he tells her, no, this is what has happened, that Mother Kaikeyi has taken these two boons, so I will have to go to the forest. She says, what are you saying? How can you? She said, I can't live without you. I can't live even one moment without you. It's not possible. I'd rather die. मेरे को ये husband नहीं चाहिए, मेरे को कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I'll come with you to the forest. I don't want to stay here. I'm coming with you. So Ram says, no, you cannot come with me. Why? Why I can't come with you? What is the use? Anyway, my husband loves Kaikeyi more. Anyway, he doesn't love me so much. And ऊपर से now he's making Kaikeyi's son the king. So now she will become and she will, anyway she treats me badly. Now though she will treat me very badly, her husband will also completely ignore me now. And you are also not there to take care of me. So फिर मैं क्यों यहाँ रहूँ? I'm coming with you. So Ram says, no, you cannot come. He says that, see, if I leave, for the very reasons you are saying, Mother Kaikeyi has given much pain to my father by these boons. She's become very hard-hearted. So if you also leave, father will surely die of grief. Someone needs to be there, no, take care of him. उनका ख्याल कौन रखेगा? मैं नहीं हूँ, आप भी नहीं है, तो उनका ख्याल कौन रखेगा? Someone has to take care of him. So he convinces her. She's heartbroken. She says, okay. Then he goes to Mother Sita. When he meets Sita, Sita, when she meets him, she's very happy, first of all, that, oh, you came back. And then he tells her, no, actually, there's a small change in plans. He says that I have to actually to the forest and Bharat will be crowned as prince. Sita also doesn't understand. Kya? Go to the forest? Kya? So you imagine, suddenly ऐसा कुछ एकदम completely अलग. तो उसको तो समझता नहीं क्या क्या. I didn't understand. What are you saying? He says, no, this is what has happened. So then Sita is immediately, she is little but then she says, okay, you are going to forest, very good, I'll come with you. He says, no, you can't come with me to the forest. She says that, what do you mean you can't come with me? Of course I will come with you, I'm your wife, Ardhangini, whatever you get, good or bad, Ardhangini, I have to take half of that anyway. Hak banta hai mera, I have to take it. How you can say I cannot come? I am coming with you. So he tries to tell her, see, Baba, forest ऐसा कुछ खाने का चीज नहीं है, ऐसा कुछ मजा वजा करके, it's not like today's forest, Sanjay Gandhi forest, national park. ऐसा नहीं है जहाँ पे सब टाइगर लायन सबको एक एनक्लोजर में बंद कर रखा है. He says that there are thorns, there are insects, there are stones, there are sharp bushes. It's very difficult. There are so many animals. So Sita tells, see, you rest assured, you can take me wherever you are going with full confidence. Aap chinta mat karo. She says that, I would happily live under your protection and would prefer forest life to a very opulent life in a richest palace or even heavenly planets without you. If you are not there, तो मैं हेवनली प्लैनेट लेके भी क्या करूं? ये अयोध्या मेरे लिए हेवनली प्लैनेट, तो मैं क्या करूं इसका? आप नहीं हो तो इसका क्या फायदा? नहीं नहीं, आई डोंट नो, राइट? देन he gives more reasons. He says, no, there are big demons, there is this. So she gives him many reasons. See, this is like I said this before also, that it is not that the women of Vedic times were, dominated, or they were, मतलब उनका कोई आवाज नहीं सुनता था, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, nothing of the sort. The women were also very strong, very strong. Sita gives him so many logical reasons. He says that there'll be danger. She says, you can guard me from danger. You are there, no? Kshatriya, you will guard me from danger. So then she gives another reason. She says that I will get time with you. यहाँ पे तो time ही नहीं मिलता है. You are never there for me. फॉरेस्ट में जाएंगे 14 साल साथ में रहेंगे, अच्छा रहेगा. I'll be very happy with you. She says that even 1,000 years, if I got 14 years, 1,000 years if I have to live in the forest, I don't mind if I am with you. But if I am here, even one day without you, I don't want this. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam Govinda Virehe Namah. That the world becomes like one big shunya, it becomes like one big zero. There is no pleasure in anything if you are not there, my Lord. So she is giving another reason that from without you I cannot enjoy. Then she says, I love the countryside. Another reason she gives. मुझे तो अच्छा लगता है, आजकल है ना कि मुंबई शहर में रह के सेकंड होम कहीं अलग जगह में बनाओ, So she said, I love the countryside. I'm very happy. मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है. I am actually looking forward to this. I want to go. Then she said, dangers and hardships are nothing. If you are by my side, those dangers and hardships are a pleasure for me because you are there. She then also says, actually in my childhood, one astrologer had predicted that you will live in forest. एक astrologer ने predict किया, तो देखो time आ गया अभी उसका, perfect. I am coming with you. She quotes scriptures also, right? She quotes scriptures. She says, see, as per scripture also it is said, wife is supposed to be with the husband in through thick and thin. Whatever happens, wife should not leave the side of the husband. कुछ भी हो जाए, she has to be with him. ऐसा नहीं कि खाली जब अच्छा चल रहा है wife रहेगी, बुरा चल रहा है तो wife अरे बाबा तू देख ले. No, wife has to be with. So she quotes scriptures. But Ram is still, hesitating कि नहीं, मतलब what demons रहेंगे, वो तकलीफें आएंगी. Finally, she gives him a very heavy dose. Sita, she tells him, looks like my father, no, Janak Maharaj, he married me to a woman in the guise of a man. Basically, she married me to a eunuch. So when Ram hears this, he said, it's okay, you come with me. See, he tells us that I knew that you want to come with me, but I didn't realize कि आपका कितना तीव्र इच्छा है. So I am actually pleased you come with me. So as soon as they come out of the room, Lakshman is waiting outside. Lakshman बाहर खड़ा है. Lakshman, so Ram says that Sita is also coming with me. We are both going to the forest. Lakshman बोलता मैं भी आ रहा हूँ. So Ram says, wow, how you can come? If you come, he says that what will happen to Mother Kaushalya? Who will take care of her? See, for Sumitra, at least Shatrughna is there. Because Sumitra has two sons, Lakshman and Shatrughna. That for Mother Sumitra, at least Shatrughna is there. For Mother Kaushalya, who is there? Nobody will be there to take care. Who will take care of her? If Bharat actually becomes, at any point he becomes negative, who will take care of Kaushalya? So Lakshman ने पूरा argument सब ready करके आया है. उसको already मालूम है ना. He's already heard what has happened. So he comes fully ready with all arguments, and he tells Lord Ram, see, Mother Kaushalya will be fully taken care of. Don't worry. He says there are thousands of villages जिनका जो revenue आता है, जो tax आता है, वो कौशल्या माँ के, it is in her kitty. It goes to her bank account basically, right? So financially she will not. In fact, she and Sumitra both are fully taken care of. There will never be any monetary problem. कोई issue नहीं है. And plus भरत एंड शत्रुघ्न इतना तो मुझे भरोसा है, they will take care of मदर कौशल, उतना तो है, they will not trouble मदर कौशल, तो आप चिंता मत करो, मैंने सब सोच लिया है. So Sita first Sita said that my lord, if you are going to the forest, I will walk ahead of you, and जो रास्ते में पत्थर कांटे हैं उनको मैं हटा के आपके लिए रास्ता बनाऊंगी. This is what Sita has said, right? Lakshman says मैं आपके और मदर सीता के आगे मैं चल के I will whatever animals whatever is there सब रास्ता साफ कर दूंगा और फिर आपके लिए make a smooth road. So he gives so many convincing arguments. But finally Ram gives in, chal theek hai, tu bhi aa ja, you also come. So they go, all three of them go, and they go to meet Dasharath and Kaikeyi. And by then, a lot of people have accumulated there. All the other queens have come, and the ministers have come. Vashishta has come. Everyone has come, and uh, Dasharath is crying. He's saying that I will die. I will die if Ram, don't leave. Don't leave. No, you give the kingdom to Bharat, but you don't go. Please, you just be here. I will die. I can't leave. So Sumantra, who is the minister and charioteer of Dasharath, he gets very angry. He starts chastising Kaikeyi. He said, "Oh, cruel woman, what kind of a wife are you? Here your husband is dying out of separation. Ram has not even left, and already he is in so much pain. And if he leaves, he will, the great king of the world will leave his body because of you. How can you accept this?" Kaikeyi is, hard-hearted. She doesn't change. So then uh, Dasharath tells Kaikeyi that no, he tells Ram that अच्छा एक काम करो, अभी वो जाने वाला है, he's anyway going. So he tells Sumantra, आप एक काम करो, arrange for one, our army to go along with Lord Ram to the forest, and यहाँ पे जो भी shopkeepers हैं, shopkeepers वगैरह हैं, there are some who are expert in forest goods. तो उनको उनके साथ भेजो, तो वो लोग वहां पे सब सेटअप वेटअप करेंगे फॉरेस्ट में, मतलब सब ऐसा सब इंतजाम करके दे देंगे, ऐसा टाइप का सी. सो Kaikeyi immediately revolts. What? No, you are trying to give a kingdom to Bharat. इसमें already सब खोखला करके दे दिया, सब आर्मी भेज दिया, ये भेज दिया. No, 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 nobody should. Ram also says, no, my father, I have to go. This is Vanvas. Don't make it, pleasure. Don't make it like pleasure trip for me. So he says, no, I will just go like that only. Then Dasharath says, all right, you must go, you go, but at least don't go now. You stay at least one more night, one more day, one night. Tomorrow you go. Today you don't go. Says at least today let us give you some pleasure. Let us give you some, a nice ये कुछ तो हमको अच्छा करने दो आपके लिए. आप कल जाओ. Ram says that no. He says that if today you give me pleasure, tomorrow who is going to give me in the forest? I don't want. He says I will go immediately. And Kaikeyi is sitting ready with these clothes made from tree bark, that you should mat your hair, remove all your clothes, ornaments, everything, and wear this tree bark. So Ram and Lakshman immediately wear it, and then when they give it to Sita, Sita, it's described in Ramayana very beautifully that Sita, when she receives this tree bark, she is just holding it in her hand and she's looking at it, and she's asking, how do I wear this? She's so confused. She doesn't know how to even wear it. And Ram immediately he comes, and on her garments he puts the tree bark, and Kaikeyi says, barabar ho gaya, very good. And like this, finally they Ram, Sita and Lakshman, amidst tremendous pain, Dasharath is crying, don't go, and that they just leave. And when they're leaving, all the Ayodhya Vasis, they also start leaving. So Sumantra puts them on a chariot, all three of them, and he's driving the chariot out of Ayodhya. So as he's driving it out of Ayodhya, all the Ayodhya Vasis, They start following the chariot. They say, we are coming with you. You know, they all say we are coming with you, and they all go to the bank of the Sarayu, and they all, camp there. And then in the middle of the night, Lord Ram wakes up, this one, Sumantra, Lakshman, and Sita, and says, quietly, Abhi chalo, because Abhi agar hum log, we don't go again, they will follow us, they'll cross the Sarayu also with us. So he tells Sumantra that to make certain wheel marks, with the chariot, which will confuse them in which direction we went, and then they go across. And then after that starts the next stage when Bharat comes to know what has happened. This we will discuss next time. Jai Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Ji ki Jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hare Jai Shri Ram. So thank you for patiently listening. We'll stop here and we will Kirtan for Hare Krishna.